need to know. You already know. It's the moral development of it that you don't know because you've not been able to have experience and exposure to textures that have not been qualified as a standard for you. The avatar has been the straight and wavier hair, level 5 to 7 already. So a lot of what you learn in the curriculum uses that texture type and tone as an avatar, and it does not translate into other textures and tones. So it's up to us now to, one, get back into the schools and change the curriculum, two, strengthen the educators that are giving this education, but three, also just mandating that if you've already received your license, that yes, you need to go get advanced education now, and getting it from people that don't look like you, that can pour into you from a core competence or like a cultural competence space, because now you can understand the person that's sitting in your chair. You understand, we talked about the trauma that might be living, that's more than likely going to be living in that hair. You now understand some of the history behind that hair, the nuance, the beauty practices and nuances that different people may have. Now it sets you in a place where you're listening and you're hearing this person, and not from with the filter and the lens of what you feel you already know that standard to you. Does that make sense? You're building and you're expanding your toolbox, and you're saying, I know color, I know how to, tone, I know how to lift, but what happens when there's curl? What happens when there's porosity? What happens when there's elasticity issues? What happens when I change, how I want to see it, the impact of the color, curls versus straight. Those are adjustments. It's not new learning, it's just adjustments. And we have to be open to be able to hear that, and hear it in a way that does not excite your resistance. We want, like you said, keep
I like that,
excite your resistance. Yeah,
because there's a natural
I
resistance.
just came up with that, literally, it just came up.
Write that down.
Can we write that down? Exactly, because I think sometimes you feel jolted into, oh, I'm fearful, I don't know what to do. You do know what to do. It's called being a critical thinker. It's how do you adjust the knowledge that you have to be applied to what's sitting in your chair at that time. How do you remove the fact that she's black, that she's Asian, that she's white, that she's this, she's that, and you just look at the hair as a fabric and for its professional qualities. That's what we're trying to get you to do, is to remove that part, but still having the honor, and I think you said, Aeleise said it, like the respect to stand in front of this person and say, I will care for your hair. I have done the work. That is where the cultural competence comes from, the honoring and the respect that has to be present when you approach. And that should be for everybody, but especially the people that have not been welcomed or integrated before now, yes.